Hello, everybody. Fist of Fury 69-2 here, and I'm really sorry. I tried my best to get the zombie tank out. I tried to get his tank reviewed. I just didn't have enough time. I was so busy with my mother being sick and everything else. It was so hard to get the review out. But I know there's only 2 days left after this video and maybe be gone after this video. I don't know. But I am going to talk about it right now. So this is probably going to be my first, not really review, but my actual opinion on the thing. Well, technically it is kind of a review because I'm going to be saying a lot of stuff about it. But if you guys want to do the tank review after this is gone, I don't mind it. I have the stuff a little bit set up. It's just I didn't complete it. And it probably won't be completed until this thing's done. So let me know in the comments if that's the case. If not, I'll just put it in the category of like things not completed and move on from there. But anyway, so the whole Metal Fest thing that goes on. Now, I have both of them now. I have, the Thunder thing and I got the Dragula, along with their commanders. And I have some really big beef between what they charge at the store for it, because oh my god, we'll just rip right to it. So the first thing we're going to look at is obviously we're going to look at Rob Zombie's Dragula. So we're going to look at this thing and all that and see all its details, its stats real quick. I'm not going to review heavily on the tank, but man, do I have a problem with it. First things first, if we're going to talk about the commander. Now, if you go in the store, if you go to the Metal Fest, it's legit. Like, he costs over 4,000 gold. But you're very thinking, okay, it's a 3D model of him. Well, at least that's better than the anime we had. So that's good. But there's no voice actor. Yes, you heard me correctly. Rob Zombie didn't have a voice actor for this. So literally you're paying for just the skin looks of the character of Rob Zombie, which I will say is better than the anime when the GUP came out and we only had 2D models. I will say that it is better. You can see this on the battlefield if you're on the top leaderboard. Okay, fair. But how much it costs for the damn thing? And you're telling me it costs that much? Freaking Motorhead here. Fucking him. He has a voice actor. Yeah, you heard me correctly. This guy actually has his voice in the game, along with this guy, Warpig. So why couldn't they do it with Rob Zombie? Like, that's a huge slap in the face for anyone who is a Rob Zombie fan. It's like you just literally just shoved him aside and just said, yeah, we'll just make him a standard commander. He talks normal American English. He can change the vocals, whatever. And that's it. Like, what? Like, you couldn't get him to do that? Like, how do you even get the license to sell his tank in the game if you don't have the fucking license to do it? But yet, Motorhead here has a voice, which is, like, I don't know. It's just so dumb. So, to top it all that, like, it's a huge disappointment if you're a Rob Zombie fan. You won't get the commander's voice. So I'm going to start up a game real quick, and then I'm going to talk about like my personal opinion on the Dragula. All right, here we are in the game. So this is going to be a real-time me talking. This is not going to be like a voiceover over a gameplay, and this is in AI. So I'm just trying to do it that way. So that way you like I could talk better with the thing. And what the fuck? Get out of my way. Stupid player, drive your tank better. Anyway, so what do I think about the Dragula, all the deal? Is it worth it for the cheapest thing, even if you do get it this time or the next time when it comes out? Personally, I think yes. Dragula is probably the only good thing out of the whole thing. But that's just comparing to a stick versus, like, it's like if you were going into a fight with someone with a sword. Like, either you get a rock or a stick. I mean, a stick may be useful to not get touched, but the rock seems a better choice, but you're still going to get your ass handed by a guy with wielding a blade. That's how this tank feels, like, out of this whole Metal Fest. It's not a bad tank, it's just, god dang, the lag in this game. It might be shown clear on your end, but I'm getting, like, a little bit 2 bars right now. God only knows why. Anyway, so, it's one of those tanks that is, like, it's very decently okay, and honestly, I don't mind the price range. For the lowest one you can get, very, very, very good. Like, I like that a lot. It's not bad, but this tank has 3 major weak spots. I will probably do it if I review it, but when I played this tank, this took me forever, ever to get this review out, because the tank is so hard to keep alive, because it's basically the Era 2 T-55 from the, you know, the Middle Eastern kind of way armaments. I'm getting hit. Yeah, the whole armor is not that great as you think. There's like that one weak spot on it. But like I said, if you want me to review the tank, like, just let me know, because I know where that weak spot is, and it's just like, I just want to make sure to tell you guys that this thing is not invincible as most tanks. And for a medium tank, you're probably going to say, well, Fury, it's a medium tank. It's not a heavy, like... But this is Cold War. True Vision. It's like having weak spots on Cold War True Vision that easily exposed is ridiculous. Now, for the speed itself and everything else, I tolerated it. But man, when I played it in multiplayer, it was such a hard tank to keep alive sometimes. It's like the minute they see you from miles away, because, again, True Vision, you're a black solid tank. Unless the tank is, like, you know, in a dark environment, like really pitch black environment, yeah, like maps like this, you're going to be sticked out like a sore thumb with the freaking sand everywhere, and you're just a black tank driving across it. That's why I don't get people when they drive, like, pink camouflage tank ones, and then be like, oh, well, I can put camouflage of pink skin on it, and meanwhile they're wondering why they're getting shot miles away before being detected. It's because you're wearing hot pink in this summer map. Like, honestly, I wish Wargaming would just put out, you know, a mode where you could play either True Vision to get the standard rewards we're getting now, or play, like, hidden, like, you know, concealment, like you can't see them miles away, and just get half the reward a little bit, like World War II's reward. So that'd be fine. At least you give people a choice, not like I have to tolerate things like that. So this game's all done, so I'll get back to the garage. It wasn't much to show, but then again, Dracula's more like a hit and run or a sniper tank at long range. It's not an aggressive. So I'll see you back in the garage when this is over. Hey, by the way, since we're talking about other things too a little bit, does anyone notice, like, at the end of the game, you don't have the 3 stand-up? Like, that last game you just saw when it ended, it didn't even show the 3 victors on the screen. It just went to the ending thing. I'm just curious if anyone else is having that problem, because, like, usually you see the top 3, and then you get to see the stats, but then it's, like, doesn't even do it. So, back to the topic. Sorry, I'm going way off track. So what do I think of the Rob Zombie faction side? I think it's the only worth tank, because we'll talk about Motorhead in a minute. But, again, this is an Era 3 Cold War tank that has some problems, a lot of some problems. It's got a nice pending gun. It's got an okay stats around the tank, but it's just got horrible weak spots. And again, I don't want to get into it right now, because I wanted to see if you guys cared to see where those weak spots are, or let alone, because there's 3 of them on this tank, and wanted to see where they are, then hit me up for a video thing, and I can, like, do this review, even though it's out. I mean, the tank's gone, but I just want to give my opinion on it. So, I think this one's okay. So, Thunder Chief. And yeah, the music's too loud. As you can tell by these tanks, let me just press X so it stops playing the music. As you can already tell by these tanks, the Rock Band tanks, they're going to play their music. So That's the only thing I like about these Rock Band tanks. They got their own theme song for each tank they pick. The WWE used to do that when they brought out their tanks, but not anymore. Now it's just silence, which huge disappointment. They should have kept some of the theme songs. So Thunder Chief. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's just start a game. Oh boy, Thunder Chief. More like Fart Cloud Chief. Don't get me wrong. I wish I could talk heavily about this one, because I got this the beginning of this week. So it's now like, when I recorded this video, it is on a Saturday. So I took an entire week to play this tank. And oh, what can I say without spoiling anything? All I could say was it was a huge disappointment. That's all I could say. Now, granted, yes, the upper plate of the tank on paper is pretty much good, but it's just everything else. Oh boy. I mean, I think you'll notice when you're seeing me playing this right now, but it's like, who came up with this tank idea? Like, who? Like, did this guy knew what tank he was getting? Like, did he said that he wanted the Object 4, 2, 4, something, whatever. There's so many fucking Object tanks at this point, I can't keep track of all their names. But at the same time, did they ask they wanted to be Soviet tanks? Did they ask they wanted to be this hold-down chieftain wannabe? Did they ask for this? Like, I really want to know, did the bands pick these tanks? Or did Wargaming just throw them into a tank that they expect people to buy because it's their tank? Like, I just don't know. I mean, I feel like if I was a person they were representing, and, my tank is the Love, or the Lover, the Germans, but it's like, I would, be mad if they put me into an American Sherman. Like, hey, I like the German Love. It's like the Lova, and it's like, here, let's put this in here. And it's like, nope, we're putting you in a Sherman. There's your tank Fury. It's like, that would piss me off. Like, I know it's the band. They probably won't give a shit because, one, I don't think Motorhead plays World of Tanks. I don't think Rob Zombie plays tanks. But at the exact same time, though, it's like, there's got to be a limit to where you could say, oh, I'm just going to pick this one. And I can't even pen the side of a mouse breaker. Okay, let's shoot this one. Oh, that reloading. For a tank that only does, it does a lot of damage, I'll give it that. But as you could already tell, one of them I don't like. I mean, yes, people are going to say it's okayly, but I don't know. Oh, but this tank has 5 major weak spots, and it's such a pain in the butt. And again, if you want me to review that part, you gotta let me know if you want a video of the review of the tank. But I'm just giving what it is now. And god damn it, they perma-tracked me. I've just fixed that to try to get out of there. Come on. And plus the Soviet pressure. Oh, I was trying to aim for the middle part, but yet somehow shooting in the tracks all the way through is what penned it? Wargaming, you make no sense. Let's see here. There we go. I don't know if you can hear it barely. I'm just keeping the volume on low so that way you can hear me talk. But yeah, he has his own unique voice, like I said. Which, like I just said, it was a huge disappointment for paying 4,000 gold for Rob Zombie, only to find out he has no unique voices, but this guy does. It's so dumb. Not to mention, too, not to go off topic, but I pretty much could say all I could without spoiling the tank in the review. But it's like, why does Subaton do not have their own 3D model of someone? Do you ever find that funny? We have a 3D model of either the band people that actually play the band or their mascots, But Subaton doesn't even have a 3D model yet, and they've been out numerous of times. If you don't believe me, they've been out 3 times. I mean, Primo Victoria was the first time they came out with their band tank. Then it was the later on in the years, the what it is in the store now, the Spirit of War, or I don't know what it's called, but Spirit of War, Vengeance of War, I don't know. But basically, the Steel Commander music one. And they brought it out again, and then there's still no 3D model of the crew. It's only 2Ds. Like, come on. Oh, did they kill them all? I think they killed them all. But that's my point. Like, why... what else can I say to this tank? Because honestly, there's not much to say without spoiling it. I mean, I do like the art detail. The art detail is pretty nice. But sadly, that's... I wish I could talk about it, but I'm not doing the review because I want you guys to actually see if you want me to talk about it in depth in a review. But, yeah. Well, 3rd place. See, this is what I mean. Like, this shows in World War II, but in Cold War, it doesn't show it. So, is there a glitch going on? Oh, well. I'll take the 3rd place. Barely make anything. Let's go back to the garage. Oh, look at that. We made it to 75 and we got a Goth chick commander. But I already got that tank, so I get the silver equivalency of it. So, give me the money. There you go. No, I don't care about the personal offer. Jeez, I don't care about that stuff. I have enough silver to buy any equipment pieces. Oh. So, let's go to the store real quick for the final verdict of my personal opinion. If it's already clear to say... What the heck? No. If it's already clear to say the least, and if those who don't know, I'll try to spell it out completely. Like, obviously, the tank you want to go after is none other than Dragula. You want to go after Dragula. And I know that sucks to say. Now, that's not the price for it is now. I bought the cheapest one. And then I bought the other one that's cheap. So that's why you don't see them here. But this one's like 10,000 something. And this is like 12,000 something. Yeah. You want to go after Dragula, in my opinion. And there's a numerous of reasons. One, Era 3 makes money. Even if you hate the frickin' tank, it makes money, so you can actually do stuff. Now again, for those who don't know, when I say it makes money, you're probably going to say, well, my tier 10 can make money. All I have to do is just play the game, and I still make money in a Fury. What do you mean it makes money? What I mean is Rob Zombie has a premium earning silver account. It has a silver earning account plus being an Era 3. So that times it. So if you do a good game in any one of those tanks, Rob Zombie, Dragula would make more money than the tier 10. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care because it is the god-awful truth. Rob Zombie's Dragula will make more money than Motorhead any day because it has premium earnings. It has premium value. So it actually times it more than a standard tier 10. The tier 10, on the other hand, makes you barely have any money, needs a lot of things to fix it. I wish I could tell you everything that needs to be fixed, but I hope that battle can kind of show you. If not, then leave in the comment for a review of these 2 tanks, because I didn't have enough time. I was so busy with my family, of them being sick and stuff, I didn't have time to review it. It's like the Battle of Gettysburg movie. It's like, I told you there is no time for that. There is no time. That's what it feels like in my head when I try to get these tanks out. It's like I had no time at this month. And it was a pain in the, rear end. But back to what I was saying, but the Thunder Chief is like the worst in my opinion. Don't get me wrong. It's got some benefits for its tier 10, but if you had to tell me, which one should I put my money on? The 10,000 something gold for the medium tank that has slightly armor? Or should I go for the Motorhead, which is a tier 10 god tier armor? Which, that one I can arguably debate on. But, at the end of the day, I would say go for Zombie. Zombie is the only one that got treated with its Dragula tank respectfully and earnably, meaning it can earn money, moolah, and yet something like that. Now, I'm not going to review the skins for the other tanks because I didn't get them. But it's like the M53, 55 has its skin with the Rob Zombie skin, and then the Motorhead gets the British one, which literally, if I could find it, has the FV-107 British light tank one, which, again, their skins look okay, so I'm not going to say anything, but I'm not putting them in there because it's not a big deal unless you want a unique skin for those tanks. If you love any one of them, fine, but to me, they weren't worth it. Now, however, the Commanders, that pissed me off because the Dragula was a great tank, but the Commander for the Rob Zombie, like I said, and I will keep saying it because Wargaming, you pissed me off because you made me waste 4,000 of gold just to see if they have voice acting, and guess what? This motherfucker doesn't have voice acting. It's just Rob Zombie as a skin, no voice actor. But meanwhile, this motherfrigger, no offense to the singer, I love their band. Forgive me if I say that. I'm just doing this for the review part of it for Wargaming's laziness. But this guy gets a voice actor along with this guy gets a voice actor. So where the heck is the freaking continuity balance? Where's Rob Zombie? Where's Rob Zombie as a voice actor? I know he's still alive. And if you're going to use licensing to use him, why not record his audio of different tank pieces? Why is he a standard voice acting commander? I expect that shit when you go to Commanders and get a commander out of the damn recruitment thing. I expect these commanders with the no voice acting, unique voice acting. I will say that. That makes sense because these are just typical commanders. But this is a band, mind you, and you're telling me you don't get any voice acting besides the other two there, and it just makes me mad because to buy them, it's freaking 4,000 gold. If you are a big fan of Rob Zombie and you bought that, you just wasted money just to get a 3D model up. You don't even get the voice. You don't even get his cool accent in the game. It's just standard him being a commander. And it sucks because I was hoping he would be a commander voice. Ugh. So, how do I rate this? Like, obviously, I didn't review the tanks. I wanted to, but I don't have time to go through the whole video today. I gotta work later on. So, I can't really review the tanks, and the time I'll be done working and all that, it will be already too late. So, final verdict, I would say Rob Zombie's Dragula is worth it than the tier 10. I don't even hardly see the tier 10 that much, the Thunder Chief, and for good reasons. And like I said, I wish I could talk about it more, but I don't have time. But yeah, if you want a money-earning tank, go with the Dragula. The Dragula is the only one right now that is the best one for the last 2 days of this left, if you guys got it or not. But Motorhead is one of those tanks that if you want an optional tier 10. I'm not saying it doesn't make money, even though I did. It just doesn't have premium earning money, which is a huge problem. So, that being said, and for the commanders, Motorhead is the only one that has voice acting. If you're a fan of just getting a 3D model of him, just be prepared to be disappointed there's no voice actor for him. So, that being said, thank you so much for listening to this pretty much video. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to the tank review this month. I am so sorry for that. I wanted to so bad, but I just didn't have enough time. I know it was out for a month, but it was still, I had a lot of things to do in my life, but I wanted to address these tanks and give them the credit that they do deserve, in my own opinion, without actually spoiling the reviews and stuff like that and me talking about how they're played and stuff. If you want that, let me know. Just like I said, it's going to be probably afterwards when they're gone, but I could gladly go back and talk about how they played, where there's weak spots, how they're maneuver, how can you use them effectively. You could do on so on and so forth with that. But until then, comrades, I hope you guys are happy and satisfied with what you get. I'm sorry that if one of them was your least expected and you paid money for it. I'm sorry I wasn't quick enough to get this reviews out. And hopefully next month after I come back from vacation on September, hopefully I'll be ready for the next tank review or whatever and try to get them out as quickly as possible and try to be better so that way you guys can enjoy and also understand what you're about to purchase. But until then, rock on, my buddies, and I'll see you comrades in the next video.